everyone, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well and you've had a fantastic week. I'm Lindsay, your host of the Heavy Metal Journal and writer for the Moshville Times. And today I am back with New Metal Monday, where I talk about my favourite new releases of the week. And I have 4 brand new albums that I want to talk about. Now, it was quite a quiet week for me in terms of numbers this week. There were quite a lot of other albums that I did listen to, which I enjoyed at the time, but it was kind of like a one and done situation for me where I enjoyed it, but I don't see myself revisiting it anytime soon. However, these 4 that I have to recommend this week, I kept revisiting. So let's jump straight into these. Okay, so first up on today's list, I have Clairvoyance with Chasm of Immurement. And this is the debut album from the Polish death metal band. Now, this is nasty, grimy, knuckle-dragging, in-your-face, old-school death metal, and I absolutely loved this. There's a lot of groovy stompy stomp moments throughout, which makes it highly addictive, but when I say it's heavy, it is ridiculously crushing. But not only that, they have a little bit of a doom element going on as well, which makes it incredibly dark and brooding as well as crushing. So when you blend those 2 aspects together, this creates a dynamic but ridiculously heavy album. Plenty of blast beats, spiraling riffs, screaming solos, and those vocals are ridiculously bassy and powerful. This is an incredible debut. It's only 34 minutes long, but to be honest, when I listen to my old school death metal, I do like it to be in that 30-minute marker. It's a short, sharp jab to the jugular. It's going to completely annihilate everything. So if you are a fan of the likes of Bolt Thrower, Frozen Soul, Obituary with a little bit of tomb mold in there, this one is definitely for you. But this is a fantastic debut, proper heavy, grimy, groove-laden old school death metal from Poland. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up on my list, I have Abigail Williams with A Void Within Existence. And this is the 6th studio album from the atmospheric black metal band from the US. This album is absolutely stunning. Unbridled fury mixed with emotive power and bleak introspection. Loads of tremolo picking, beautiful guitar solos. The guitar tone in particular in this album is absolutely stunning. Blast beats, a lot of rhythm, harsh melodics which are both beautiful but incredibly frosty, and the vocal style is rasping and venomous, but there's also a despairing kind of theme behind them too. There's something incredibly gut-wrenching and atmospheric about this album, and you can tell that this was a very personal album for the band to make. Now, even though this is a ridiculously heavy album, it's not without its softer moments with haunting guitars and the occasional clean vocals that come into play. Now, the band themselves are named after a girl who had a significant role in the 1692 Salem witch trials, and she also was the central antagonist in the Arthur Miller play The Crucible. So these are very dark topics, so you can expect a lot of ominous darkness from this band. Not to mention that this album artwork is incredibly stunning and eye-grabbing at the same time. There's something very dark yet beautiful about it. So if you are a fan of your atmospheric black metal, particularly Emperor, Winterfellith or Wolves in the Throne Room, you're definitely going to want to get onto this one, but I loved this album. I cannot stop playing it. Definitely check this one out. Okay, so next up on my list, I have Serot with Rotten Magic. And this is the debut album from the blackened heavy metal band from the US. Now, they've taken the ferocity of black metal in all of its frosty bleakness and teamed it with everything that's great about traditional heavy metal, with all the dense melodics and the muscular energy rolled into one to create this captivating, ridiculously catchy album. The album invokes might and magic, myths and legends, battles, swords, everything to do with the fantasy world, teamed with black metal and heavy metal. This is a ridiculously catchy, incredibly fun but crushing album. Now, even though this is a really heavy and catchy record, there's something quite dark and ominous about it, and it's densely atmospheric. And on occasion, you do have these monastic-style backing vocalizations, which just adds to the atmosphere and the themes of fantasy. So if you are a fan of the likes of the Have a Crew album that I recommended a few weeks ago now, Metalhead or Immortal, you're definitely going to want to get onto this one. But I absolutely loved this album. It is so ridiculously catchy, very brooding and dark, but so fun to listen to at the same time. Definitely check it out. Okay, so last up on my list, but certainly by no means least, I have Oscarian with Hollow Fangs. And this is the third studio album from the melodic black metal band from the US. I probably did not pronounce that band's name correctly, but it will be on the screen somewhere below. The thing that stood out to me the most about this album is how melodically rich and triumphant it is. It has this air of grandiosity and opulence, which weaves in and out of the brutal black metal element. The guitar tones once again in this album are absolutely stunning. The blast beats are intense, lots of tremolo picking, and the vocal style is very rasping and venomous once again, but it's more on a whispering kind of side, which creates this very dark, ominous atmosphere. This album changes pace throughout, so you do have all of your intense, furious tremolo picking and your blast beats, but you've also got your more mid-tempo melodic stomps throughout as well. It's a highly addictive album and it is absolutely stunning. You can honestly get lost when you listen to this album. There's only 5 tracks on it altogether, and each track is between 7 and 9 minutes long, but it's fully immersive, incredibly layered, and stunning, but it's going to completely annihilate everything. It is so ridiculously heavy. So if you are a fan of the likes of Moonlight Sorcery, Spectral Wound, or last week's Ice album that I recommended, this one is definitely for you, but I absolutely loved this melodic black metal, which is incredibly frosty, but really rich with the melodics too. Definitely check this one out. And that's it for this week's New Metal Monday. Once again, comment down below to let me know what you think of today's records, and if you have any of your own recommendations, please let me know and I will definitely get them added to my list. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it was quite a quiet week for me in terms of numbers. I did listen to an awful lot of albums, but a lot of them were a one and done situation where I enjoyed them at the time, but it's not something that I would be revisiting again anytime soon. But these 4 that I've recommended, cannot get enough of them. Make sure to check out the description box below where you will find a Spotify playlist which features every single album that I talk about on my New Metal Monday videos. So make sure to follow that as I update that every single Monday when one of these videos goes live. If you don't use Spotify though, I have also included the band's Bandcamp links below so you can find the music that I'm talking about as easily as possible. If you're on social media, feel free to give me a follow because I am a lot more active over there. All of my handles are in the description box below as well. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate you all as always, and I will see you very soon in my next video.